Coach Keith Kepner. Here we are on our series of talking about why the jab is the most important punch in boxing. And like I said in the last video, in all of combat sports, any sport where you have punches, the jab is the most important. The first video we talked about speed. Last video we talked about it blinds them. This video we're going to talk about that it's kind of like a stick to a blind man or a blind person. It's going to tell you your range, because think about it. If the jab doesn't touch, a lot of other things aren't going to land. But if that jab touches within a certain range, you know what you got there. And if it gets a little bit closer, it's a little more bent on, you know you're more maybe in your hook range to throw your shots. So it's a stick to a blind man. It tells you your range. Now, another concept as well is that it can help disrupt or keep someone out of their range. This is something that I didn't use very much because I'm short. But for anyone who's a little bit longer, you can use it. And you watch fighters like Ali and many others that they put it out there to basically set up a barrier, to set up a no man's land that you don't want to get into. Because right now, if this is my opponent, if the bag is my opponent, I'm jabbing, you're not getting hit. So you're good. But you see my jab, it's making you think, right? I'm here, bam, boom. It's making you think, it's making you worry about coming in. And the second you cross over that space, let's say that opponent steps in, bah, they get popped with that jab, and then they want to go back out again. They don't want to be in that range. And it's like a cobra snapping at you over and over again. This is where like guys like, you think about the cobra, right? You think about Tommy Hearns, but also with Ali. He was more of a flop jab, but again, it was putting out there, controlling. You got this thing popping in your face. Think about it. If we're boxing and I'm just doing this, it doesn't give you a lot of reason not to come in. I might be setting you up, but it doesn't give you any reason not to come in. But if I'm out here, pop, 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 you don't know if you might run into a jab when you come in. It's disruptive. It's another variable that you have to deal with. Now let's also talk about that as well with this concept of controlling the range, is that it also helps me, let's say as a shorter boxer, to control range as I come in. Because the last thing you want to do as a short boxer is rely too much on leaping in with shots or in stepping in with hook style shots. It can leave you more open. It can be a great shot to land, and you can land it, but heck, you can land it better if you've been setting up with a jab. So think about it. If I'm shorter and I've been using my jab to get myself in, let's say I'm starting from kind of a little bit out of range, I'm here, I maybe catch the initial jab, and then off that, boom, boom, get myself in. It helps stop me from doing this. If I just maybe lunged in with a right hand off of a 1-2 instead of multiples, I go wah, wah, I end up like here, easy to be tied up, right? Or if I lunge in with a big hook all the time. Again, if I'm setting up with a jab, I might have a good pop opening to get that hook. But if all I'm doing is just trying to lunge in with the hook all the time, this might happen. They smother me, wrap me up, I'm done. I lost. If I didn't land that shot, I lost my opportunity, have to start back from square one, and I'm getting tired and getting a little bit in a wrestling match. So using that jab to make sure when you get in, you don't just end up like this. A lot of times you see lower experienced fighters that are short rush their way in and they'll end up like this and arms out a little bit, and they'll get tied up easily. Whereas if you were to use jabs with short choppy steps to work your way in, it's physically impossible if you've been jabbing to get much closer than that, and then that gets you in the perfect range that you can throw your other shots. So very important weapon as far as that's concerned. And then the last thing I want to talk about with the jab blinding, or not blinding, but being your measuring stick and controlling, is it pops the head up, all right? And if you control someone's head, you control their body, just like with any martial art. So if my head gets popped up, I'm not in control, body's open, I can't get good leverage on my shots, I can't see many things, kind of going back to it blinds you. So again, taller boxer, shorter boxer, if you're able to pop someone's head up and control them, and they're like that, it's a good night. And if you're not able to do that, it's not. And so remember, this is true even if someone catches your jab and you got a stiff jab and you control them like that, remember, oftentimes you're in a better position than they are. 9 out of 10 times you're in a better position, and you can take opportunities that were made available from you controlling that head. If you enjoy watching this video, make sure you click the like and subscribe button. Also share it with someone that you think might benefit from it, and put these ideas and concepts into your training, whether you're doing boxing for just fitness or for recreational sparring or competition. These are concepts that are good for anyone at any level to be reminded of, to remember, and to learn.